In this video, we'll go over how to add a blog post as well as an overview of the categories. So again, on my dashboard, I could do in this quick press, I could do a quick blog update. Maybe I just noticed something, saw something, thought of something, and I want to get that out quickly. But if I want to have a little more in-depth scroll down, and on this blog or on this post section, you can add new. So let's add new. And this is my first post. Blog post. So let's go over a few things here. First of all, there's a lot of different options, and you're going to start off on this left-hand side, enter a title, and then this is where you type all your information. So I always go down to this box here and stretch out my blog post. All right, so I'm going to write a little bit about myself, my first blog post. So there's my first blog post. I can, make any of this bold, which obviously I don't want to do that. I can do a lot of different things. So I can make this bullet points or numbers or anything like that. Notice this button right here. It says show or hide the kitchen sink, okay? If I press that, I get a lot of different options. I can make some of these headings, okay? So let's make this word this whole thing. It makes a huge heading. I don't want to do that right now. So if I had, this is my first blog post about WordPress.com, and then maybe I want to make this a lower heading of 3. All right, I can do that. Now, right now, there aren't any categories, so I can either add a new category here, and I think I'm going to do a category called updates, and let's add this category right here. Just click add category, because I don't really like this uncategorized, and we'll go ahead and change that in a little bit later. Now tags. Tags are a good thing because this is what Google and other search engines actually use to find out what your blog post is about. Same thing with other people, readers. They can see what your blog post is all about. So I'm going to put in training, WordPress.com, and blog. Click add, and there are the tags that I just added. I could click this X to take it away if I wanted to. And I could set a featured image. That just means that there's a picture that is associated with this blog post. Now, we'll go in and talk about photos in a later post, and I'll talk about this featured image in another excerpt. So let's go ahead and click preview, and it opens up another tab here. I always recommend hitting the preview first so I can see what it looks like, because if I hit publish, it's out to the world, and if I've made my blog available to search engines and people, they may see, something, an error or spelling or something that I didn't want. So I always click preview first. And there we go. Here's my this is my test post. And so that's my title. And then you'll see I put this in a bigger font. And so this is just a quick blog post here. All right, so that's not too bad. Let's keep reviewing this section. In this publish box, I can save it as a draft, meaning I can come back to it later and review it or add content, take away content. Publishing a draft means it's not live on your blog's site, but you can make edits. So I can make this a draft. I can put it under review. I can even make this public. I can stick this post to the front page, meaning that it'll always be the top blog post. I can make it password protected, entering my password there. I can even make it private. So let's make it public. I can even publish this. Maybe I want to set a date to publish this. I could even set a day and time there. So let's click publish. I'm happy with my blog. I'm going to go to my second tab, which is again my same blog. Click refresh. And let's click the home button. There we go. Now the home page, the home button, is my blog page. And in future steps, we'll go in and change this. But let's go into your categories here under posts. And this is where you can edit these categories. So first of all, you can give it a name and a parent. So where do I want to put this under? Do I want to put it under updates? None. I can have this as a subcategory. So just like maybe it says right here, you may have a jazz category, and then under that category have children categories for bebop, big band, etc. So let's add a new category. Maybe let's call it training. And again, we're not going to put it under any categories or under any parents right now. Let's click Add New Category. So that is how to add a blog post, how to add categories, and even how to add tags to your blog post. So let's go to our site here, click Refresh. And you'll notice under Categories, in this sidebar area, you'll see Uncategorize and Updates. So if anybody clicked on Updates, it would go to this blog post that I assigned under Updates. So that's how, again, to add a blog post, change categories, add tags, and really this is the foundation of WordPress.com blogging platform. Now, one thing you'll notice in my blog post, same thing applies with my pages, is this visual and HTML. Okay, so visual, let's click on that, and it's already in visual. If we click on HTML, you'll see some of these things here. I would recommend always stay in the visual tab. But let's click on something here. All right, so if I want to have this text be underlined, I click the U and underlined. If I want this text to be bold, I can do that. And then normal, I can do that as well. Let's actually do normal with blue. All right. And I'm going to go up to my text color and let's select blue right there. Now, if I go to my HTML tab, you'll see a lot of different confusing information. So again, I'm not going to go into all the details with HTML because that's pretty extensive. I do go through in one of my website traininghub.com tutorials. I go pretty deep into HTML in all of my WordPress training video series. So if you buy one of those training series, it'll go through how to read some HTML and how to utilize HTML. But for right now, you'll see it says text decoration is underlined, and my word is underlined. And then you'll see strong, bold, and then at the end, strong. That just means it's in bold. And then you'll see the color. And it gives us weird, it's called a hex color, HTML color, normal with blue, and it ends in span. So again, a lot of information here. If you want to do some study on HTML, go to websitetraininghub.com, check out those video tutorials, and those are some good resources there. But otherwise, I would just stay in this visual tab. It's not as confusing. So if you don't see all these options here, the bold, italics, underline, font color, it probably means you're in this bold tab. And this applies for your blog post and for your website pages.